Hey there, welcome to Two Pastors Unplugged. I'm Rick Probst. Hey, each week I sit down with pastors to talk about their journey, their passions for ministry, and how they're impacting the culture around them. Dr. Kevin Head from church at Wieuca, he and his team doing just that here in Metro Atlanta. Doc, how are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you, Rick. Appreciate you having me on today.
It's good to hear from you. I was so excited when they said, hey, you're going to get to talk with Dr. Head. And I said, I can't wait. So thanks. I know that you and your team are doing so many things and you're doing them well. And I want to talk a little bit about that. From my understanding, you just started in 2025.
That's right. Yeah, Rick, it was just a little over a year ago. So I've gotten my feet wet and figured out who's who for the most part, I think. And I'm not sure I've gone in every, I'm not sure I've gone in every room or opened every door in the facility, but I know most of it by now. So.
That is a beautiful location. I have been up there a number of times with Dr. Howard when he was around. We would go up there and have coffee and chat a bit, and it's a wonderful location and strategic, I think, for this community. So we're excited about you being here and being a part of that. How's the first year? You said you're still learning names, which is common, right? Because this is something that as I was reading through, I thought, there are a number of pastors that get assigned to another work, to another church. And you know how it is. It's almost like the first day of school in a new school. You're learning names and you're just trying to find your place. And that can bring anxiety on just a normal person and not someone that is leading. Right. So
True.
how did you do that? What advice would you give? And I think this, and I
Hmm.
know I'm talking a lot. I think going from one church to a new church is totally different than planting a church. I've planted a church and I've gone from a
Hmm.
church to a church. They're two total different animals, and I think church to church can be a little scary.
Yeah, that's a good comment. I think once you're at a church for a while, you get to know the people, you get to know the routines, you get to know the practices. It is a family, and you're a part of that family. To shift, it's kind of like being adopted or taken into a new family, right? So
Yes.
Rick, for me, that this first year, really, I've just felt it's so important to get to know the people. I've just tried to spend a lot of time listening this first year. So getting to know the people, hearing their stories, learning more about the story of the church. I've known about church at Wieuca for a while, but to get here and really hear people's story and to hear them explain their story and kind of walk through that with them for a year, I just being patient with myself to learn the people, to learn the church, and really kind of settle in, I think is so important. So that's what I've really tried to do this year.
When I was leading years ago, I was very impatient, and I didn't give that time, even though it was even a church plant. I wanted it all yesterday. I wanted all the pieces to fit, and I wanted all the people to fit. And it doesn't
Right.
happen. It doesn't happen that way, and you know that from experience. And I just think that that's just a critical thing. These young guys coming up, I do hope and pray that they get that and say, hey, look, get to know, because I love what you're saying, and it's absolutely true. What is the power of listening? Your congregation, your
Mm,
visitors, your staff. You know what they're feeling? Dr. Head really cares about me. He's not in here
mm.
trying to flat blow in, blow up, and blow out. How critical is that, right?
Right. I hope so, Rick. That's what I hope I try to convey. Kind of being in ministry for a while, I think kind of like you were saying, I have some ideas, I have some experiences. And yeah, when you're at a place, you really want to jump in, dive in the deep end, get things going as quickly as possible. But I think over the years, one of the things that I don't know, I guess experience has taught me is just to give that a little time, let it breathe a little bit. Don't try to push it. What has worked in one place in the past may or may not work here, but for me to really take some time to get to know the people here, I think that really establishes an opportunity for me to know who they are, to get a sense of what God is already doing here, and how then I can come in and participate with that and then envision new opportunities within the work God's already doing.
Dr. Kevin Head is with us. He is the lead pastor at Church at Wieuca. You got to visit over there. It's the website is wieuca.org. And Church at Wieuca has been here for a long time, and just done some amazing things in the community. You said something really critical, really strategic as well. I remember back in the day, and I'm talking because I'm a boomer one, right? And I don't lead anymore. I'm on staff at a church in Metro Atlanta. But back in the day, I went to several conferences throughout the years, and I'm not against conferences. They had good ideas, and it was working for them. And I thought, okay, this is the secret sauce. This is the silver bullet. So then implemented those things, and again, impatient me wanted it in a month, not understanding that it takes time for people to mature and to grow and to get the vision. I was talking to a pastor not long ago, and he was preaching a message on reaching the community, which is, we all want to reach the community, right? But it was almost like, well, they're going to reach the community or they're going to leave. And in a sense of do it or die. And I said, whoa, wait a minute. You've been chewing on this, what you feel like God is leading you to, for some time. The rest of the congregation hearing it for the first time. Yeah, we want to reach the community, and he's setting all these things in place. Here we go. Whoa. Listen to an old guy that made many mistakes. Calm down and do what you indeed are doing, allowing the congregation and the team to grow into it. Let's talk a little bit about what are you excited about, you think, for 2026? I know, there are many things that you guys are doing. You're strong in missions as well. Which one of those you want to talk about? What, locally, missions? What do you want to talk about?
Yeah, Rick, I'm excited about a lot of things. As I said, I kind of took the first year to really get to know the church, and where I'm at right now is, all right, now that I have a sense of the church, and I'll continue to learn about the church, right? But after a year, I have a better sense of who they are and what we're about, and what our mission is here in this community. The second part of this now for me is really getting to know the community now. So kind of, looking beyond the walls of our church and the facilities of our church, and really getting to know our context for ministry. As you and I were talking before, I just think a lot of times early in my ministry, I tried to replicate something that happened at one church and another church. But what I missed was, every church and every relationship with God in that church, in that unique place, is unique, right? And so what God is doing at Wieuca, that's different maybe from what God is doing in another place. And for me to get to know the church and to get to know the community is really critical. So I'm really excited right now about the second year of my ministry and getting to know the Buckhead community. So, I've just even this morning been talking with some civic organizations and some business groups and things like that I want to try to get plugged into, so I can know more about the context of ministry here, right? I'm really excited about 2026, that our focus as a ministry team is really looking beyond our walls. So each one of our ministers is focused on a new outreach or outwardly focused kind of ministry for this coming year. And I think that's so important. So often, not just this church, but many churches are, have the mindset of we're here and we hope you'll come. I want to be a little more proactive with that, and let the community know, yes, we are here and we would love for you to come during the week, on the weekends, whatever, to be a part of this church in any way, shape, or form that works for you. So that really is what I'm excited about. I think we have some possibilities for new ministries in 2026 that I really think can help us really partner with what God is doing here.
Love that. Dr. Kevin Head, church at Wieuca. I work when I do work downtown, we work mostly at home, but I'm here at 2970 Peachtree Road, just down the street. For 20 years,
Right.
I've been here, and I've seen the community change. I mean, you can say, some people can say, well, Buckhead is Buckhead, but it's not. It has
Right.
changed. It's morphed in many ways. In some, it's the same, but it's morphed. And so, way to go. Way to think out of the box. I hate to use that. It's so cliche, right? Well, think out of the box. But think out of the box in that the same old is going to work. And yeah, the community wants basically the proof in the pudding. Do you care about me as well? I think,
Sure.
yeah, I'm excited to see what you guys are doing. This is what I hate, though. My time has run out. It's as I see the big hand and the little hand on the monitor there. I'm like, I wanted to talk to Dr. Head longer. Promise me, let's get together and let's talk again. I'd like to pick your brain about some more things. And we want people
Sure.
to know all about what's going on there and about you and your family. God's blessings to you, Doc. Thank you so much for taking the giant step and coming here. And God, we just believe God's going to do great things. Dr. Kevin Head, church at Wieuca. Check it out. It's wieuca.org. Next week, we'll chat with another great Metro Atlanta pastor on Two Pastors Unplugged. Until then, I'm Rick Probst. See ya.